I would take the big circle minus the small circle, which would be pi times 12 squared minus pi times the smaller one squared. And what does that equal? 63 pi. All right, so that'd be my entire thing. That'd be if I had this full entire circle. Well, I don't have that full circle. I have this little section that's missing, this arc that's missing, and that arc is 60 degrees, which means this arc that goes all the way around is going to be 300 degrees. Bless you. Remember, if I know the whole, so what you have divided by the whole is how much percent you actually have of something. Right? If you have a test in front of you and you got a 56 out of 57, if you want to figure out what percent you have of the whole, you do 56 divided by, what did you make a mistake on?
I did the 60 over 360 and I didn't do 300.
Oh, so you found this little sliver. Okay, I just want to continue on just real quick because it's a good example. So if I want to find my shaded area, that entire percent of it taken up is 300. So the area of the shaded is 300 divided by 360 times just the area of my entire annulus, right? I want to take whatever percent this is, multiply it by my annulus, and that's 63 pi, and that came out to, what did I say, 52.5? 52.5 pi, maybe cm squared, because we are finding the area. But you're good then, Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Be careful on these, because what I shade in is going to depend on what your answer is. Like Jamie basically found, if I would have just said, what is this sliver, right? If I just had a sliver, you found that one. Okay, what's next? What problem am I doing next? Jamie's the only one that, okay.
But for number 12,
Yeah.
I got the area of the triangle, but for the first part, I got 96 pi instead of 48 pi.
And that would be for the area of the sector?
Yeah.
So the area of our sector, let's do the area of our sector really quick.
I did the same thing.
Oh, you did the same thing? Okay, just the area of our sector is going to be, let's go through it since you asked it, 120 over 360, right? That's the percent of our, so I'm finding the whole sector times the area of the circle. The area of the circle is going to be pi r squared, which is pi times 12 squared. And can someone tell me what value would come up with that? Someone by size necklace, you got me the last one. Yeah, Bree. 48 pi? Okay. So that's the area of the sector. So now to find the area of my triangle. And I'm probably not going to find the entire area of my triangle. This is the only hard part about this one. The sector wasn't hard to find, right? It was just the percent. 120 divided by 360 times the area. That's not hard to get. The triangle is the hardest thing to get because if I draw... Well, first I'm going to say, well, if the arc is 120, that means the angle is 120. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this triangle. Sometimes I flip it. That's the height that I'm going to need. The base I'm going to need is the whole thing. Well, currently I know that this is 12. And if this is 120, that means each of these 60. So if that's 60 degrees, this guy's 30 degrees, right? 60, 30, 90. We can find our base and our height, right? Because I'd find half my base here, multiply by 2, that's my total base. Half of base times height is the area of my triangle. Sector minus triangle, or sorry, yeah, no. Sector minus triangle equals that little segment. I don't see too many people writing stuff down, so I assume we got that. That was good. All right, other questions? Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. 5, okay. Other questions? Come on, we got to have other questions. That's it? Do we all look online and it kind of made sense when you looked at it? I see some nods shaking. Okay, so that's good, right? Give it your best shot. Look online. Use online as like a hint. Don't just copy it word for word and just be like, meh. I'll try to copy this as best as possible on test. You need to know why I did what I did. But no other questions? Okay. I will trust you. All right, today's going to work a little bit different. So if you turn to your guide, your problem guide on the, and you don't have to. Today we were supposed to do a larger assignment. It was 454 to 455, and we were also supposed to do these problems as well. Well, they're all tough problems. Like, they're all tough problems. So the problem with that is you're going to spend a ton of time doing both assignments, and then we won't have time tomorrow because we'll have all questions tomorrow. So instead what we did is we broke it apart. We broke today's lesson apart into 2 homework assignments. So we're just going to focus on the first chunk today. So our plan is a little off from that plan I gave you that's on the back of your chapter. Why can't I think of words today? Your chapter, what was that? Pacing guide, but it's on the back of your chapter divider. That'd be a good way. Your chapter divider is just colored. Yeah, our pacing guide's back there. It will say we're doing more problems than this. We just split it in half. So we're going to be like a day behind what that pacing guide says. What I want you to do here is 13 through 21. Which one's probably the toughest problem? 21. Let's start with 21. Let's do 21 first. And then let's do 20. Let's do 19. And let's do 17, 16, 15, 14, then 13. That way, you're doing the hard ones in class. You can ask me questions. And hopefully by the time you go home, you got most of the hard things out of the way. And you can focus on the easy ones and rush through them. Okay? So start at 21. Ask plenty of questions. That way you're not at home sitting for an hour thinking about one problem. You can ask me questions. So we're just doing 454, 13 through 21. And it's actually all on page 454.